अधिपो भानुशशीधरां सुतो बुधो गुरुभार्गवसूर्यनन्दनो राहुश्च केतुश्च परन्नवग्रह कुर्वन्तु पूर्णमनोरथं सदा उपेन्द्र इन्द्रो वरुणो हुताशनं धर्मो यमो वायु हरिश्चतुर्भुजं गन्धर्वयक्षो रगसिद्धचारणा कुर्वन्तवो पूर्णमनोरथं सदा।
बोले श्री सीतारामचंद्र की जय। On behalf of Basmatiya Hariprasadan family, I extend a most cordial welcome to one and all. We acknowledge the presence of Pandit Varish as well as Pandit Vinayak, who conducted the puja. We are about to commence with invocation prayer. Meditate upon the comely form of Bhagwan Shri Ram and Om Tat Sat. Hey Ram Shri Ram, Jai Shri Sita Ram. Om Varnanamartra Sanghanam Rasanam Chandasampi Mangalanam Chakartaro Vande Vani Vinayakau Bhavani Shankaro Vande Shraddha Viswasarupinau Yabhyam Vinana Pashyanti Siddha Swanthastamishwaram Om Agyanam Timiranghasya Jnanayam Shalakaya Chakshulam Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Achintarupa Charite Devi Sarva Shatru Vinashini Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Dvisho Jahi Karpura Gauram Karunavataram Sansara Saram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hridayarvinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Neelam Bhujashamaleko Malangam Sita Samaro Pitabam Bhagam Pano Maha Sayakacharu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvan Sanatham Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijamana Mukura Sudhar Barano Raghuvar Vimala Yasha Jodayak Palachar Bodhihina Tano Janike Sumiro Pavan Kumar Balam Buddhi Vedya Deho Mohi Harahu Kalesha Vikar Siyapati Ramachandra Ji ki Jai Sharanam Nath Mama Sankataharo Hari Om Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Hare Rama 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 हरे हरे। बोले श्री सीतारामचंद्र की। After those moments of silent prayer, meditation, we go on to glorification. As I mentioned last night, today devotees, individuals will be thinking of Father in many ways. And I reminded you that we start with Divine Father. Our parents gave us birth, but God gave us life. If that Lord didn't give us life, we would have been born dead. So all praise and glory and appreciation and gratitude, first of all, the Divine Father. I hope amidst all the celebration and gift giving and hugging and kissing, we remember our Divine Father, Bhagwan Sri Ram. And so we glorify Him in bhajan. जनहितकारी जनहितकारी जय जय राम भव भय भंजन जय श्री राम। ओ जनहितकारी जनहितकारी जय जय राम भव भय भंजन जय श्री राम। मुनि मकर रक्षक जय श्री राम जन मन रंजन जय श्री राम। मुनि मकर रक्षक जय श्री राम जन मन रंजन जय श्री राम। अखिल विश्वपति जय श्री राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम। जनहितकारी जय जय राम भव भय भंजन जय श्री राम। महि दुःखहारी हरे हरे राम गौ ब्राह्मण हितकारी राम। महि दुःखहारी हरि हरि राम गौ ब्राह्मण हितकारी राम। संत जनन सुखकारी राम संत जनन सुखकारी राम। दशरथ नंदन जय श्री राम हे दशरथ नंदन जय श्री राम। जनहितकारी जय जय राम भव भय भंजन जय श्री राम। पतित उद्धारण रघुपति राम धनुज विनाशन हारी राम। पतित उद्धारण रघुपति राम धनुज विनाशन हारी राम। भक्त जनों के तुम हो प्राण भक्त जनों के तुम हो प्राण। जय रघुनंदन जय श्री राम हे जय रघुनंदन जय श्री राम। ओ जनहितकारी 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 जय जय राम भव भय भंजन जय श्री राम। भव भय भंजन जय श्री राम भव भय भंजन जय श्री राम। जनहितकारी बोले श्री प्रभु रामचंद्र की। किष्किंधा कांड श्री राम जी द्वारा वर्षा ऋतु का वर्णन। A dialogue between Bhagwan Sri Ram and Bhaiya Lakshman, as it was the rainy season, monsoon time, like what we're having now, hopefully. And devotees, they are sitting in the cave of a mountain, waiting for the wet season to go by to continue their search for divine Mother Sita. And so, Sri Ram used the opportunity to use the weather to explain to Bhaiya Lakshman wonderful lessons for life. And he saying, "O Bhaiya, hey Lakshman, suno." प्रभु श्री राम बोले, हे लक्ष्मण, लक्ष्मण देखहु मोर गनाय, नाचत बारिद पेखी, हो नाचत बारिद गृही बिरत रत हर्ष जस, विष्णु भक्त कह देखि सियाय, पति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम। प्रभु श्री राम ने कहा कि हे भैया लक्ष्मण, देखो देखो, बादलों को देखकर मोर कैसे प्रसन्न होकर नाचते हैं। जैसे वैराग में प्रेम रखने वाले गृहस्थ श्री विष्णु के भक्त को देखकर प्रसन्न होते हैं। सो हे भैया सुनो। घन घमंड नभ गर्जत घोरा, प्रियाहीन दर्पत मन मोरा, दामिनी दमकी रही घन माही, यथा थेर नाहि राम, यथा थेर नाहि। जय राम श्री राम, जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम श्री राम, जय राम, जय जय राम, जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम, राम जय जय राम। सुनो, बादल आकाश में घिरकर ऐसे भयानक गर्जना करते हैं कि सीता के बिना मेरा मन डरता है। भैया बादलों के बिजली कैसे ही चमकती है जैसे दुष्ट की प्रीति स्थिर नहीं रहती. So devotees, we all know what the rainy season is like. Clouds, darkness, heavy rain, thunder, lightning. So Bhagwan Sri Ram is going to use these realities that we are aware of to bring out very wonderful lessons. So he says, brother, look how the peacocks are dancing. Why? Because they have that ability to know that rain will soon be upon us. So in anticipation of the imminent rainfall, these beautiful peacocks spreading their feathers and they're dancing in joy, in happiness. Why? Because rainfall is always welcome. I didn't say flood, I said rainfall. Rainfall is always welcome in any part of the world. So Bhagwan Sri Ram looked, he saw the peacocks, and peacocks are very beautiful birds, and they're dancing. And Bhaya Lakshman says, my Lord, I see what you have pointed out to me, but what are you trying to tell me or teach me? Please explain further. Then Bhagwan Sri Ram says, my brother, just as the peacocks are dancing, then very soon the rain will come and bring happiness to all, to the parched soil, to the trees, the plants, animals, human beings. So too there are those whom we call householders. When they see a devotee of God, they should have a similar feeling of happiness. Now that sounds so simple, devotees. But let's go to Ramayana. I'll use an example from the scripture. When Ravan saw holy people, he is never happy. They are his enemies. In fact, he sent his soldiers to collect tax from them, and the tax was they had to cut their hand and give blood. Whenever any demon got power, the first instruction given to them was go throughout the world, and anybody you see chandan, mala, and anybody you see doing havan, anybody praying, get rid of them, stop it, destroy them. They are those kind of people. But they are also those who, when they see a temple, when they see a jhanda, when they see a cow, they bow, because they know these things represent divinity. They see the tulsi plant, they see the mother, they see the father, they see the guru, they see a holy man, they see a pandit, a sadhu, they bow. Because these give us a lot of joy. And we have the example in the Ramayana when Hanuman was in search of Sita. Searching and searching, he saw demons fighting and cursing and eating and drinking, until eventually he came to a spot where there was a little kuti. And in that kuti, he saw tulsi plants all around, the bow and the arrow, and the name Ram. And he felt a tremendous sense of joy and satisfaction. So devotee, we have to be like that. When we see things that pertain to God and divinity and spirituality, it should do something to us. Why? Because we are divine beings. We are not demonic beings. We may act at times in a demonic way, but deep down inside we are spiritual. The Atma, where it came from. No demon, the Atma is part of Param Atma. I said a while ago, parents gave us birth, but God gave us life. And that gift of life comes from the Lord, and therefore that is spiritual, that is divine. So here, Bhagwan Sri Ram is reminding us that these eyes that we have is a blessing. Whether the two eyes, physical eyes, or the third eye, but they should be used in such a way to find joy. You go to a temple, you see the murtis, don't say, okay, I saw those murtis 100 times. What about 101 times? Each time you see it, it should be like a more meaningful, it should be a connection between you and the murti. Not say that I've seen it already, so it has no effect. It is boring. There is no connection, there is no meaning. It is what you put into it, that is what you will get out of it. So we bow to the murti, we find a sense of joy. Because as Bhagwan says, and we all know, God is here, there, and everywhere. He is the ideal in the idol. And if we have that faith and belief in Him, through that murti, as He says, through a flower, a murti, a tree, whatever it is, a stone, if we have that belief, He will appear out of that to confirm our belief and to give us our joy and happiness. So devotees, let us all take a long, hard look at ourselves. How do we view the things in this world. If I have on red shades, I'll see everything red. But is everything red? A simple question. So devotees, but if I have my third eye open, the eye of spirituality, I will see God in you, you will see God in me, I'll see God everywhere. Because I will see the good. You know, in Mahabharata there's a wonderful incident. A good man was sent to find a bad man. And he went all over looking for this bad man. He couldn't find a bad man. Then he came back and said, I haven't found anyone. Then he sent a bad man to go and find a good man. He went and began to search and searching and looking all about. He came back and said, I have found no good man. Because he bad. Because that's how he's seen. So that's how we see what we have in our mind. The mirror of the mind is so very important. And so devotee Bhagwan Sri Ram is telling us very, very beautifully. Siya Rama is subject jani. God is in all. Ram Krishna Paramhans says, God is in all. But he asks, are we all in God? If we are in God, then we'll see God in all. So simple. Very simple, devotees. So the bhajan says, Are jan man ranjan, bhav bhaya bhanjan, asura nikandan Narayan, Narayan Jai Narayan. Oh, jan man ranjan, bhav bhaya bhanjan, asura nikandan Narayan, Narayan Jai Narayan, Jai Jai Narayan Jai. जब जब भेर परे भक्तन पद, जब जब भेर परे भक्तन पद, बार बार अवतार लिया, बार बार अवतार लिया। नारायण जय नारायण, प्रभु नारायण जय। Long song, I will just sing another verse. Hey Avatari Leeladhari, Hey Avatari Leeladhari, Hey Avatari, Hey Avatari, Hey Avatari Leeladhari, Rasa Vihari Narayan, Rasa Vihari Narayan, To Narayan Jai Narayan, Bolo मन रंजन, भव भय भंजन, असुर निकंदन नारायण, नारायण जय नारायण, बोलो नारायण जय नारायण, नारायण जय नारायण। बोले श्री प्रभु रामचंद्र की। So devotees, we're being asked to be mindful of one, the presence of God. And to not only to say, I know God is everywhere, but to experience it and to demonstrate that in our actions. And there's a little incident. A Guruji called two of his many godchildren to him. And he used to teach them regularly. And so on this particular day, how do you know if you are doing well? You have to get a little test. And so he gave them a mango each. He says, go and eat this mango and nobody must see you. Let nobody see you. So they took the mango and they left. So they're thinking, where can we go and eat this mango? So one left the other to do what he has to do, and the other one decided no. That the only place I can go where I'm sure nobody can go is in my room, where I have the lock and the key. And once I have that and I close that, nobody can get in. I close the windows, I close the doors, and I go there and eat this mango. And no one will see me. So he went, he locked the door, closed the windows, pulled the curtain. And more than that, he went under the bed to make sure. So under the bed, he will ate the mango. Very happy. After some time, Guruji said, return in the evening, tell me. So devotee evening came. I told you about one, we'll hear about the other one just now. They both returned. My son, did you eat the mango? Yes, Guruji. Did anybody see you? No, Guruji. You sure? Yes, Guruji. Devotees. So, you know this thing called Johnny, where you are? Yes, Papa, you eat the sugar? That where it come from, you know. That where it come from. Interesting. So here now, he said, Guruji, nobody saw me. He said, where did you go? I went under the bed, I locked the door, pulled the curtain, everything. He said, all right. So he asked the other one, my son, so what did you do with the mango? Where did you go? So he bent his head. So Guruji found it strange. I am asking my godson a question, and he's not speaking, he has bent his head. So he said, son, for the last time, you have never disrespected me. You never disobeyed me. Tell me, where did you go and where did you eat this mango? Where did you go and where did you eat the mango? And devotees, he started to cry. Then he put his hand in his pocket, pulled out the mango and said, Guruji, here is the mango. But my son, the instruction was to eat the mango. You have not eaten it. Then he said, Guruji, I could not eat this mango. You could not eat the mango? Why couldn't you eat this mango? Because I remember in your teachings many months ago, you told us very clearly that whatever we say, whatever we do, wherever we go, is seen and heard by the Lord. Because He is here, there, and everywhere. So I began to think, where can I go and eat this mango where God is not present? And I realized your words came back very strongly to me. So I could not eat this and I brought it back to you. Guruji smiled. For he did not just hear the lesson, he learned the lesson, he practiced the lesson, he saw the benefit of it. This is exactly what devotees, Bhagwan Sri Ram is saying to Bhaiya Lakshman. When we see such emblems of divinity, such people of holiness, Guru, etc., we should have a sense of joy and satisfaction because they are the ones who can bless us, who can advise us, who can guide us, and who can make us make life make sense. The devotees, Lakshmanji understood. So what happened now? The thunder began to roll, very, very loud, fearsome noises. And Sri Ram says, the rolling of this thunder reminds me of Sita, and how her tender heart at this point, being all alone, separate from me, bringing so much fear and unhappiness to her. Sri Ram is showing a powerful lesson in such simple language. He remembers Sita, he thinks of her, and he also understands her situation. They're separated from him, she's all alone, and in that loneliness, anything can happen. And loneliness brings fear, it brings doubt, it brings uncertainty, and so many other things. Let us look at it from a very simple perspective. Sri Ram, from the way of the world, is married to Sita. He's reminding us as men, as husbands, of how we should be mindful of the situation with the wife. For it is said in Manusmriti, in that home where the wife is happy, the home will be progressive. In that home where the wife cries, that home will collapse. And there are many other statements. So this is just a very simple way. But then devotee look at it from another perspective. If Sri Ram is God, and we know he is God, and Sita is man or human society, when man is separated from God, when man is divorced or disconnected from God, how can he be happy? If the house is disconnected from the supply of electricity, from the pole, the house will be in darkness. So to the water supply. So to since we are connected to the Lord because we are divine, I've said that 3 or 4 times already, then we cannot expect to be happy. Therefore, we need to always align ourselves, connect ourselves with the Lord. And that's why we have temple, we have devotion, we have yajna, we have puja, and we have the scriptures, so we can always read, study, and perform satsang, pratham bhakti santan kadusanga. So devotees, bear that in mind. So now, the lightning is flashing. At first, there is darkness, the lightning flashes, it brings light when it flashes. So Lakshmanji is seeing that. So what is the meaning? He says, Lakshman, just jaise dushki priti sthira nahi rahati. He says the flashing of the lightning is like a friend, but a false friend. They will come, light up your life, make you happy. When they have gotten what they want, they leave you high and dry. They leave you in a worse-off situation. You have to be careful of friendship with those whose friendship is like that of a flash of lightning. It brings a brilliance of just for a moment, and then it leaves you in darkness. And devotees, there are many examples of that. We're all being asked now to look at, we know we're a social animal, we know we need friends, we need neighbors, etc. But we need to watch our relationship with such people. They come and they utter sugary words. They say what we want to hear, not what we should hear. They make promises. And I say promises, a politician good in that, right? Anybody. They're all good in that. And we fall for it. And then what happens after? What happens after? That fall like Humpty Dumpty, even worse. And I don't want to go into, details of modern day Trinidad. I tell you, give me your support, I'll give you this. You give me your support, I gone. You can't find me, you don't see me. But it's in all aspects of life. The social side, in your interaction with other people, in the community, wherever it might be. So devotee, this is a very, very powerful point being made by Bhagwan Sri Ram, the point of friendship. And there's a beautiful statement, true friends are precious but rare. False friends are like autumn leaves. But we don't have autumn leaves here. False friends like crime, found everywhere. Or any other terminology you wish to use. Brahmanan comes, he says, oh man, listen to what friendship is all about. Listen to what love is all about. Prem nagare mat jana musafir. Prem nagare mat jana. Prem nagare mat jana musafir. Prem nagare mat jana. पंथ कठिन है, पंथ कठिन है। प्रेम नगर का पंथ कठिन है। ऊंचे शिखर ठिका मुसाफिर। प्रेम नगर मत जाना। प्रेम नगर मत जाना मुसाफिर। प्रेम नगर की गहरी नदिया, गहरी नदिया। प्रेम नगर की गहरी नदिया। लाखों लोग डूबाना मुसाफिर। प्रेम नगर मत जाना। प्रेम नगर मत जाना मुसाफिर। प्रेम नगर की सुंदर पढ़िया, सुंदर पढ़िया। प्रेम नगर की सुंदर पढ़िया। सब जग देख लुभाना मुसाफिर। प्रेम नगर मत जाना। प्रेम नगर मत जाना मुसाफिर। प्रेम Ramanand is saying, friendship or love is like a deep river. If you cannot swim, what are you trying to go in the river to do? You can't swim. The current is strong. Friendship or love is like a beautiful flower garden. You have no love and appreciation for flowers. So what you doing in the flower garden? To destroy it? What are you doing there? Oh man, look at your actions. As we say in Trinidad, check yourself. Devotees, every day you can ask anyone. You always hear hard look stories of people who were tricked, who were fooled, who were deceived. And that's why I always tell devotees, whenever you pray, and you should pray every day, what do you ask for when you pray? There are many things you can ask for. You see, blessings, guidance, help and protection, nothing could touch that. There may be others, but I know of these four. Blessings, guidance, help and protection. Why? I'll tell you. When God guides you, nobody could trick, fool or deceive you. And that's happening every day in all aspects of life. So you pray for guidance, divine guidance. You pray for protection, because when God protects you, who can hurt or harm you? They will try, but they will fail, because jiska Ram Rakshak, kiska Kaun Bhakshak. And Lord Krishna says, my devotee may stumble and fall, but they will not fail. We must be reminded of these wonderful statements from the Lord, devotees. So we'll all strive in our own way to live a good life, to become devotees of God. So we pray for guidance. We pray for protection. We pray for blessings. We pray for divine help. We are all limited. If you are drowning 2 feet away from me, my hand is only here. I can't reach to save you. But the hand of God can reach you. Wherever you go, east, west, north, south, Puru Paksham, Uttar Daksham, upstairs in the sky or down, the eyes of the Lord, the grace of the Lord, the power of the Lord is there to help you, to hold you, to save you. He said in chapter 18 Bhagavad Gita, what did he say? You are extremely dear to me. Therefore fix your mind on me. Fix your mind on me. Where's the mind? Fix it on me, he says. And what he says? I will protect you. I shall help you to overcome the sinful actions you are performing. I worry not, he says, because you are extremely dear to me. And who are me? Who am I? Sorry, I am the all-powerful. He says that. I am the all-supporting, all-powerful Lord. And I put it this way, that there are many who are mighty, but there is only one who is the Almighty. Remember that forevermore, devotees. Remember that forevermore. So, these are the statements of Bhagwan Shri Ram being amplified for the benefit of all of us. And lastly, what do we pray for? We always pray for blessings. Blessings is something we can't hold, we can't touch. It's like the air. Right now we're living because we are breathing. What are we breathing? Air. So to God, we can at least hold Him and touch Him. But blessing, can we hold blessing? Can we get a bag full of blessings? Devotees, I don't know. If you think so. So you don't see it, you don't hold it, but it works in your favor. Just as we need food to live, we need air to live, we need blessings to be successful. And this is what we say, the bhajan is saying, O Lord, when you hold the flower, you light the diya, please bless, guide, help and protect me. And go on further. Please guide, bless, help and protect me, my home and my family, wherever they might be. And see the power of prayer. See the greatness of God. This is all that we're being told, devotees. So here, the point of friendship, relationship, association, companionship, whatever terminology you wish to use. We need to have these. And that's why also, tied in with this, the physical eye sees that which is physical. But can anybody here see the heart and mind of anybody? It's only when they act. Even when they speak, the words can be double fork-tongued. You may not know. But when they act, you know exactly where they're heading. But devotee, because our third eye is not open, we only see what is physical, what is external. But it's time to see the metaphysical, not only the physical, not only the external, but the internal, not only the ordinary, but the extraordinary. And devotee, this is where it comes by praying, by fasting, by meditation. And that's why we place chandan upon the forehead. That's when we bow upon the murti, upon the feet of mother and father. It's meant what? Not because they are bigger than us. No, we do that as an act of humility, but more importantly, to open the third eye. And when the third eye is open, my dear people, nobody can trick, fool, deceive, confuse, corrupt, and convert us. Remember all those words? I say it quickly, but remember them. So this simple chaupai is telling so much. So devotees, Bhaiya Lakshman is listening. Sri Ram continues. He says, O Bhaiya, Barashahi Jalad Bhumi Niyaraye Barashahi Jalad Bhumi Niyaraye Yatha Yatha navahi buddhi vidya paye Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Bondaya Ghat Bundaya Ghat Sahegiri Kaise Khal ke vachan sant sah jaise Jaya Rama Shri Rama Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Rama Jaya Jaya Rama हे लक्ष्मण, बादल पृथ्वी के निकट आकर बरसते हैं, जैसे वेदिया पाकर बुद्धिमान नम्र हो जाते हैं। सो भैया, बूंदों की चोट पर्वत वैसे ही सहते हैं, जैसे संत लोग दुष्टों के वचनों को सहते हैं। He says, brother, listen again. What's happening? The clouds that are dark, filled with vapor or rain, as we say, they are cleaving low to the earth. They are not the fleecy white clouds way up in the sky. And when you know that, we all know that from our, experience in life. The dark clouds are nearer to the earth as opposed to the fleecy white ones. So, what is Sri Ram saying to Bhaiya Lakshman? He says, similarly, just as the clouds contain the vapor or the water that showers rain, life-giving, energizing, reinvigorating, fertilizing, or whatever terminology you wish to use, such are the wonderful qualities of water and rainfall. I didn't say flood again. I said water, rainfall. So too there are those individuals who either through satsang, through self-study, through guidance, through attendance of some institution, what happens? They are able to acquire knowledge. What kind of knowledge? Knowledge just not for information only, but for transformation. And if my knowledge cannot transform me, then it's just knowledge, book knowledge, information, what have you. Whatever we learn, whatever we know, is meant to help us become a better person. And we all on this journey, it is said, take good, make it better. Take better, make it best. But some of us are taking good, and instead of making better, we're becoming bitter. We're not here to make our lives bitter or anybody else's life bitter. So devotees, in other words, a person who is a person of substance, a person of genuine spiritual knowledge, or spiritual wealth, who is a truly holy person, will be a very humble person. And look at Mother Nature. Nature is one of the greatest teachers on the face of this earth, besides our Guru, our Mother, and our Father, and God, and the Scriptures. The trees that are laden with fruits, mango, whatever, any type of fruit, devotee, the branches bend towards the earth. And as they bend towards the earth, it becomes easier for anyone to either use their hands or a rod or what have you to get those fruits. So they bend towards the earth. The branches that have no fruits or that are young, they remain up. It's hard to get those with a great effort, yet it becomes possible. But he's using the example of Mother Nature to say to you and I, the more spiritual we become, the higher we go, the wealthier we become, the older we become, we should become more humble, more simple, more loving, and more kind. Humility is the hallmark of divinity. And while we all have ambition and ego, and nothing is wrong in that, depending on how you use it, it has to be controlled. But with the passing of time, we realize, what is this all about? What is this all about? What I have, I'm happy. Sri Ram said that, Shivari, your education, your looks, your children, your money, your whatever else you have that is material, is for your enjoyment. But that gives me no happiness. That doesn't make me happy. What makes me happy, as we mentioned a while ago, is love. The love that we have for the Lord. He already says, my love for you is unconditional. My love for you is indescribable. What our love for the Lord? What our love for Him? So devotees, we are speaking of the point of being humble. And there are so many incidents about that. I like to give this one with Mahatma Gandhi. He was traveling in the train. And opposite him, he was traveling not no first class and air condition, Some of us have forgotten how to sleep in a fan or sleep with no fan. We want air condition night and day. Well, I don't know, maybe some sickness you have. What they don't have, I don't know. Bad habit. We need to adapt to all situations, all circumstances. Why are we pampering the body to such an extent that without that we can't function? Anyway, that's your choice. I'm not telling you how to live or what to do. I'm just drawing your attention to something that we need to bear in mind. Remember long ago, they used to sleep on the ground. Pal, we wear flower bark clothes, put a brick under your head. I'm not saying go and do that now. Long ago was donkey cat, horse cat, bhaisa. I'm not saying do that now. Long ago was diya, study with flambeau. I'm not saying do that now. But there comes a time when we'll not be able to use those things. When water goes, what happened? When current goes, what happened? When the money goes, what happened? We become disoriented, frustrated, and so many things take place. Man is an animal who should be able to adapt and adjust to changing circumstances. And if you have worked for betterment, God bless you. Keep it up. Enjoy. But bear in mind, that is only for a while. The vehicle takes you to your destination. The vehicle is not your destination. We know that. We all know that. So devotees, he is traveling in the normal compartment, the ordinary people of, India. And there was this person opposite him. And if you have been to the railway station in India, it's a very exciting place, devotees. And there are many, many different kinds of people selling all types of things for the travelers. The musafir. Some drinking, who need things to drink, to eat, to chew, what have you. So this man, baram, he was selling nuts. And we all know nuts good. Eh? Very, very healthy, nutritious. So he bought his nuts and he went and sat. And opposite him was Bapuji. But he had a very interesting way of eating. And up to now I see people in Trinidad doing that. You shell the nuts, throw it down, and you throw it up in the air and you catch it with your mouth. If you go in your nose, well, you know what happens. So he's eating his nuts like this. So the shell is being blown all over, even to Bapuji devotees. Imagine a leader of millions of people You know what some of us would have done already? So he taking it. So after some time, Bapuji said, you know what, I have to speak to this young man. He said, why are you eating the nuts like this? Look at what you're doing. The skin is flying all over. Dirtying the train. And we all know cleanliness is next to godliness. You heard the other day 45 truckload, I mean how much truckload of garbage from the canal in Port of Spain? And more, I could tell you more too. But we leave that right there. And how it came there? It didn't come by itself. We all need to keep a clean scene. We all know that. So devotees, Bapuji said, look at what you're doing. Please stop it. You know the young man said? He said, well, need your father train out. You saw people talk, devotees, provoking you. Provocation is always there in this world, you know. And it's easy to be provoked too. And when people know we can be provoked easily and they know our weakness, then they play upon it. Never let anybody know your weakness. Because they know your weakness and they can always at any point get the upper hand over you. So Bapuji, when he was asked, Baham, need your father train or what? Bapuji said, no son. It's not my father train. But tell me now, is your father trained? Is it your father trained? Devotees, he left him stumped with that question. He didn't expect that simple, peaceful reply. Same time they reached the station and the train stopped. And thousands of people now outside waiting. Bapuji, Bapuji with mala and so on. And devotees, Bapuji came out. They garlanded him. When the young man realized who he had disrespected and spoken to like that, he went through the window and he fell upon the feet of Bapuji. And he said, forgive me for disrespecting you. I didn't know who you were and your greatness, but now I see you are the leader. Forgive me. Bapuji said, son, go back in the train, pick up all the shells, and you'll be forgiven. A simple man devotee, and he gave him some because he had collected some in his own hand. Bapuji went down on the floor and took up some of the shells. Some of us have a sense of, I don't know what you call it, we feel that certain things is not for us to do. But that is not so, devotees. You are helping to clean Mother Earth and that's not for you to do. You want to do puja, and part of the puja, if you have the gobar, is to lipi the bedi, and that is a problem to touch. That's too much. Then where is sense of humility, sense of belief, and I can go on and on. Leave it there. So devotees, this is what he's saying. The higher we go, the more humble we should become. The more developed we are, the more humble we should be. The point is well made. Devotees, now the rain has started to fall. And as the rain begins to beat upon the mountain, the animals and others begin to run, seeking shelter. The mountain goes nowhere. It stays right there. So Lakshman has seen that, he knows that. What does it mean, Lakshman? In this world, as the rain is pounding upon the mountain, causing a landslip here and a tree to fall and a rock to become dislodged, and all of these things, and animals are seeking shelter. So in this world there are people whose tongues, I don't want to use a bad word, but from whom nothing good can come. They don't see anything good. They see everything wrong side, negative and whatever else. And so they throw these words at you. And they say these things to make you uncomfortable. Some of us cringe in fear, cringe in pain. This is because of the words being thrown at us. Here Bhagwan Sri Ram is saying, bear this in mind. There are such people who will speak like that, who use such language. But what are we supposed to be? Strong like the mountain, firm like the mountain, steady like the mountain. And these things, what happens when the rain falls? A tree fell off, a mountain fell off, maybe a landslip here. But when the rain goes and the water drains off, what happens eventually? At some point in time, the mountain becomes greener. The mountain becomes green. So the buffeting of the rain is a blessing to the mountain. But initially it appears like it is affecting the mountain, hurting the mountain, damaging the mountain. But the long-term effect is it makes the mountain more green. So devotees, and I always tell, well, whenever I talk to someone who has this kind of problem, I can't take the heckling, the harassing, the problem at work or elsewhere. This is a situation which is confronting you to teach you patience, to give you inner strength. And devotees, we could be as strong as a bull in our arm. We could have real muscle and real strength. But if we have a strong mind, a strong faith, then we collapse. Men standing in corporation, it makes no sense having a big, strong body and the mind small and weak. And the little incident Pitaji gave us, how can we ever forget him and his wonderful words on today's Father's Day? God bless him wherever he is. Evermore, devotees, in this village, there was this particular house. And there was this rat. You know how rat all about, eh? And this rat now had to live in fear because there was also a cat. So the rat couldn't take it anymore. He met a holy man. I live in fear. Help me. What is causing you fear? The cat. Make me a cat. I don't want to be a rat anymore. Well, devotees, he was transformed. The holy man had that power. So now he's a cat. He had no fear of the rat. He's happy. Shortly after, a lot of thieves. So the family decided to get a kutta, a dog. And dog and cat, they don't talk. Now if two brothers, two sisters, two neighbors, two friends don't talk, I'm not saying this dog and cat, they have that kind of attitude and approach, I should get rid of it. Because we're not dogs, we're not cats, we have a tail and we don't go meow. None of us. So devotees, so now the cat is in fear of the dog. So he went back to Guruji. Guruji, this cat for me working man. What happened now? The dog harassing me and I can't beat him. So what do you want? Well, I want to be a dog. Well, I don't know who ever said to a Guruji, a holy man who could do anything, come and make me a dog. Imagine that kind of thinking. So Guruji did what he had to do. Cat became dog. Now we could roam back, whatever. But what happened? Two things. Children started to pelt him with stone. And he get little food. And on top of it, one day the lady in the house managed the burden and washed it and placed it down, and he went to push him out in it. And no mother, no wife, nobody likes when an animal put their mouth in the burden they just manage it. So hit him a good bill now. Well, he ball. Wrong. He ball and gone. Devotees, so he said, you know what? This dog thing is working, huh? But I go by Guruji. Guruji did him a problem. So what do you want now? He said, look, make me a big, strong animal that nobody will tamper with me. So he said, you tell me, is you asking, not me? He said, well, here what? Make me the elephant. Hathi made a sati. I want to be as strong and powerful as an elephant. So devotees, Guruji made him into an elephant. So now he's in the forest, trumpeting and going from here to there, walking like earthquake. But in the forest we have poachers who like the tusks of elephants. And so now these people began to hunt him for his tusks because it's very expensive. Poaching of animals is a serious problem in the world. We must bear in mind trees and animals are our friends. And when I say that, don't say, okay, if you see a snake now in your bed, say, you my friend, okay, welcome here, take a blanket and sleep. I'm not trying to be stupid, but you know someone saying to you, you discretion whatever I say when anybody says. Don't take it literally. We have to understand what we're saying. We can't go into stop every moment to explain in detail what we're talking about. But man must live in harmony with nature. Because we are decimating the forests and the mountains and the trees and dirtying the water courses, we're getting all this effect from global warming to flooding. You name it. I don't have to go into that. It's a serious problem. And Hindus are known for being very environmentally conscious. We perhaps were the first, if you look at our religion itself, when you go to Krishna Katha, they remove Kalyana from that pond. He was poisoning the pond. Bhagwan is showing, hey, I mean, among other things, you don't poison a water course where people have to bathe and drink and do so many things. And so he sent him elsewhere. And so it goes on. If you go to the Shastra, there are penalties if you cut down a tree without planting one. And someday we'll have to look at this whole thing about cremation with all set of wood. But that's a different topic. Devotees. So, coming back to this point being made, Bhagwan Sri Ram is speaking to Lakshman. And he's saying to you and I, that when these things happen, the elephant is now being approached, he's being hunted, he's afraid, so he goes back to Guruji. Guru, I don't want to be elephant again. He said, what do you want now? He said, put me back at the rat. So he went full circle. Now what was happening there? Each time his body was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But was his brain getting bigger and bigger and bigger? Was his thinking getting bigger and bigger and bigger? No. It made no sense. You have this huge size and the brain, I mean, doesn't grow that much. But your thinking then, your thinking is still small. That's why it is said, those who are thinkers, think big, become big. Think small, remain small. This is what we've been told. And a lesson for you and I, devotees. For you and I, at this point, let us pray to Bhagwan Sri Ram that, oh Lord, there are those who like us will say good things, those who don't like us will say hurtful things. Give me the courage. And here the words again. I'm telling you our prayer. First of all, he said, Lord, bless, guide, help, and protect me, my home, and my family. Now I go further. I say another prayer. God, Bhagwan Sri Ram, my Lord, my dear Father, give me the courage. Give me the patience. Give me the strength. Give me the willpower, determination, and all that I need to face up to the challenges of life and to overcome them successfully. When we pray so, you're good. So I'm just telling you in a simple way how to pray. It's up to you and I. Every day also, Bhagwan, give me the courage, the strength, the patience, the tolerance, the understanding, and the willpower to face up to the opposition, to the taunts, to the attacks, and whatever else. Bhagwan, may my life be attached to you, like the river attached to the spring in the mountain. It will always flow with water. May your grace and mercy always flow upon me. I bow to you again and again. Oh man, again a wonderful bhajan from Pitaji. Oh man, manaram sanahi hona. You want to be happy and you're far from God? How can that be? If it is very hot and there's a shady tree and you go further away from it, how can you find warmth and comfort? How can you? If there's a fire and outside is very cold and you go further away from the fire, how can you feel warm? So too there is God. He is more than fire, more than the tree. He is everything. We should strive every day to develop a relationship with Him, and we'll see the difference in our lives. Pitaji told us. O man ram snehi hona, man ram snehi hona, man ram snehi hona, man ram snehi hona. बड़े भाग्य मनुष्य तन पाया, बड़े भाग्य मनुष्य तन पाया, वृथा स्वार्थ मत खोना, वृथा श्वास मत खोना, मन राम से नहीं होना, मन तन नगरी में छोर बसत है। You have the blessed form, the human form. It's a great gift. Use it and use it wisely. In this body, there are many thieves. And what are those thieves? Laziness and all the negativity. You don't have to go into them. Therefore, what you need to do, remove them. Shine the mirror of the mind. Let divinity reflect. तन नगरी में छोर बसत है, हर दम चाव सत रहना, हर दम चाव सत रहना, मन राम सने। Piताजी was singing in the hammer on All Year's Night in satsang. He was singing this for who? He wanted all of us, all of you who know him, who are associated with him, to take his lessons and make life make sense. God bless him. God bless you. God bless all of us. What a wonderful time it was. What a wonderful moment. He knew what he was saying. मन राम सने हे होना, मन ज्ञान के साबुन लेकर निस दिन, ज्ञान के साबुन लेकर निस दिन, अंतर का मैला धोना, अंतर का मैला धोना, मन राम सने ही होना, मन ज्ञान के साबुन. Take the soap of knowledge. Remove the impurities from the mind, from your life. That inner negativity and impurity, and let divinity shine. Such simple symbols, yet so profound. निर्भय राम भक्ति रस चाको, daily, fearlessly, lovingly focus on the Lord, worship Him, chant His name. Don't compromise on that. Don't give up on it. Nirbhaya Ram, Nirbhaya Ram, Nirbhaya Ram, Bhakti Ras Chako. बेगी करा लो गवना, बेगी करा लो गवना, मन राम सने ही होना, मन राम सने ही होना, मन राम होना, मन राम सने ही होना, मन साधु राम सने हे होना। बोले श्री प्रभु रामचंद्र की। I will do just one more chaupai, devotees, and then wrap up. Bhagwan Sri Ram is speaking to Bhaya Lakshmi. Be strong. Be strong in mind and body, in faith. There's a beautiful statement, let there be strength in the arms, let there be knowledge in the head, there be love in the heart, and we're good to go. Tulsidas is saying, Chudraye nari bhari chali itarayi jimi thore dhan khalbaurayi. Jai Rama Shri Rama, Jai Rama Shri Rama, Shri Rama Jai Rama. Bhumi parat bhaga par pani, Bhumi parat Bhumi parat bhaga par pani, jim je vahi maya laptani, maya laptani, Ramaya laptani. Jai Rama Shri Rama, Shri Rama Jai Rama, Jai Rama Shri Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Simiti simiti jal bhare talaba, jimi sadai gun Ram, jimi sadai gun sajan pahava. Sarita jal Ram, Sarita jal jal nidhi maha jayi. होए या चल जिमी जिया हर पाई, जिमी हरि पाए राम, जिमी हरि पाई. जय राम श्री राम, श्री राम जय राम, जय राम श्री राम. जय राम Shri Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Rama Shri Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama, Jaya Rama Shri Rama, Jaya Rama Shri Ram, Shri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya In summary, what happens without water? It flows after hitting the mountain, causing damage in its own way, but eventually bringing more greenery. It flows down into canals, ravines, what have you. And very soon, there's a strong flow, strong current, and when it goes, that canal becomes empty. What we're being told is, the canal becomes filled with the water. For a man to become elevated, to rise, it doesn't happen just like that. But let us first of all take it from the point of view of money and money management. And you will be surprised to know, I don't know why it's not taught in schools, like law and other things, but that's for another topic, another area. If we are unable to manage our finances, well, we're born without money and we're dead without money too. So it's our choice. Our ancestors gave us one of the greatest assets. Well, God gave us the brain. Vidhata ne gyan deta hai. Then our parents taught us values, how to cherish things. And again, I'm using my father, and I'm sure you all know him, and perhaps you may have the same experience with your father. How many a time I would tell these boys, well, I mean my son and them, if I hand them a cent to a 25 cent and they're watching us sit and laugh, I get angry. Because my father picked up any 5 cent, any cent from the ground, not because he was whatever you want to call it, he understood the value of money. Notice Nani how long time they were tight in one edge at the urni. Sometimes put in a pan, sometimes put it in the chulha, dig a hole and put it. They never squandered money. Devotees, if we are doing that, then we are falling short. Money management is a serious, serious business that we all should bear in mind. But I can't go into a whole lecture on that. I can just draw it to your attention. It comes easy and it goes. You see, any fool could make $1, but it takes a wise man to spend it. Devotees, so I just leave you with that. Just as the water comes and fills the canals and very soon it goes and the canal is empty, so too money comes and bam, it go. You ever heard the fellow who won the lotto? He said, you know what? He take his wife and family, go and live in a hotel. And he spend. Next thing you know, the money done and they have to show him out of the hotel. What kind of thinking is that? Buy what I need. But again, we're going for what we want. Devotees, again, it's your choice. We move on. Bhagwan Sri Ram is speaking to Lakshman and he wants all of us to learn from it. Devotees, so what happened? This water fell from the sky, it mixed with the dirt. It becomes brackish. It's pure, good, clean water, but it becomes brackish. And devotees, what happens? It flows in the canals and so on, goes into the river, and devotees, eventually we'll hear what happens. What is Bhagwan Sri Ram saying to Bhai Lakshman? So do we all came in this world with a clean sheet. Who want to say you're born in sin? I wish you well. Go ahead. I wasn't born in sin. I was born out of love between my mother and father. I'm sure you were born out of love for your mother and father. We don't know the past, that's a different story. But we were born out of love from our parents. So from that point of view, we came in a good state, a pure state, a clean state, or whatever term you wish to use. So that clean water mixed with the dirt, it becomes brackish. And devotees, it changes everything. It's not something you want. It has to be treated to be used. So too, Bhagwan Sri Ram is saying, Bhaiya, we came in this world from him. Because the gift of life came from him. Birth came from our parents. But as we begin to grow, and this is the sad part of it, devotees, we live our own way, we form our own conclusion. We don't believe what is being said, and all these sort of things. Yesterday I was doing a puja and I told the individual that how I went to do a puja elsewhere, and this person was saying, you all wasting valuable grains, that people could use that rice and cook it and feed the poor. No, that's a good point, right? That's what he's saying. So we explain that rice represents fertility, its blessing is abundance. And take out abundance, take out fertility, take out blessing from this world. The earth will produce. Our brains will have no thoughts, no ideas to engage in discoveries and inventions for the betterment of man. Devotees. And then, well, I said this part. I said, birds, right now in our country there are 10,000 people who want to have children and they can't have. But that idea of fertility and conception is lacking. I didn't say anything about rice and them, you know. I was just saying, look at how our sages taught them, covered every area of our life, that if we do our puja and we offer these things, then what can happen? We get the benefit of it. So don't say you're wasting rice. Don't say that. Because you don't understand what it means. Devotees, I just thought I would share that with you briefly. I'm not going into details and all this sort of thing. I'm just throwing it out with you. So devotees, here what we see, the clean water becomes dirty, and devotees, many of us, we came from our dear loving parents. They made so much sacrifice. None of us will ever really understand that, you know. And well, maybe the older, we had to get old to understand. We had to get old to appreciate. Devotee, you condemn me and you can't even do what I do. Why should that be? Why? Think of it. We're being asked to look at ourselves. All of us have to look at ourselves. And devotees, we came from our parents. You know what sacrifices they made? How many a time when you were crying, they were crying because they couldn't find food, they couldn't find diaper, they couldn't find clothing, they couldn't find money, they couldn't find this and that. They grew up in very humble circumstances. They worked hard. How many times they had to leave you to go and work? Do you think they wanted to do that? But they had no choice. They did make the sacrifice. They made the effort. They did all of that for who? For you and I. They said, look what we have. We're much better off than they. They went to school barefooted. They had a copybook. Some had to drop out from school early. Some had to go in the garden. Some had to go and milk cow. And you all know that. I'm not telling you anything different, anything new. No, we don't have that. Well, at least. So devotees, what are we doing there for? What are we doing? We are dirtying our lives, and then when we get a little bigger, we begin to disrespect them, dishonor them, and so much more. I don't want to go into all of that. But what we do is what we'll get, you know. Because this is where you plant the tree, expect a fruit. So I'm asking everyone, including myself, let us all look at what we are doing with our lives in relation to our parents in today's Father's Day. And then in relation to other people. Because it will come back one day. When it comes back, it comes with interest, and I don't know what kind of interest it is. It's not a good thing, devotees. Bhagwan didn't put us here for that. We are human beings, Homo sapiens. We don't have horn and tail. So why don't we behave like that? But it's our choice. Our choice. But I know that choice, if taken, you will not make you rejoice. I could say that for sure. So devotees, finally, what happened? This water flows into the canal, to the river, and to the sea. And there's a churning process. And the sweet water, when all the dirt and debris settled, it merges with the seawater, becomes one with seawater. Salt water, seawater, sweet water becomes one with the sea, becomes salt water. All the dirt and debris settled. Devotees, what is Sri Ram saying to you and I? We came like the rainwater pure, we can't go back dirty. Oil and water, put it simply, don't mix. Evil and God and goodness can't mix. So we have to undergo this churning process, and that brings in, metempsychosis, transmigration, or reincarnation. And reincarnation is a fact of life. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, a theory, what have you. Scriptures say that they have examples, and they are modern day examples now, but I can't go into that. My time is going away fast for me. So devotees, but read up upon it. Why am I how I am, what I am? How come, if God is loving, kind, and just and fair, why two babies born, one born blind, one born deaf, and a third one born, well, here I have eating. One going to a poor man home, one going to a rich man home. One going to have in a Benz, next one he had a higher car. And God is kind, just, fair, and loving. So we need to bear this in mind and shake up ourselves for you and I, devotees, because we don't want to undergo those kinds of things. So Bhagwan Sri Ram is speaking all of this to Bhaya Lakshman. He listens and listens well, and much, much more. And then finally he said that, oh Lakshman, look what happens. There was a truck where people used to walk, the rain came, and the seed sprouted, the grass grew, and they didn't know where to pass. They lost. So too, brother, there are people who will come in this world, and they will trick us, they will fool us. And they will tell us, that is not the way, this is the way. And there are so many examples. Go in Bhagavad Mahapuram, Paundrak, he dressed up like Lord Krishna. Again, from Lord Krishna, he said, he dressed up, I'm Paundrak, I'm the king, I'm the real Vasudeva. That one is a trickster, he's a fraud. He's a dancer boy. Lord Krishna is the this man saying that. Go to Ramayana. Sri Ram had destroyed Ravan, recaptured Sita, done so much. And when he came back and welcomed Raja Ram, a Dhubia, a washerman, what he said, I will not, if my wife leave my house, I'm not taking she back. So look, he's Raja Ram, and he took her back. And people started to believe him. You always have people willing to twist the scriptures, willing to turn away from truth and reality or religion, and we follow it and we clap and we jump. I don't want to say what they say. And all these things, devotees, your dharma is satya sanatan dharam. Our dharma is satya, is truth, founded by no man. It's based on eternal principles. the luminosity of the light, the sweetness of the sugar cane, and it goes on. It's not based on any fabrication, upon the whims and fancies of any man. It came from who? It is Sanatan Dharam. It came from Sanatan. Who is Sanatan? God is Sanatan. God is eternal. And what He gave is eternal. And what is not only eternal, but it's such, it is truth. And that is what we were born into. We were born into it. And this is what we should hold on, preserve, and practice, and spread. And let no one, we can't stop them. I can't stop the rain from falling, but I can prevent myself from getting wet. So you say what you like, you say what you want. But devotees, I know who I am and what I am, and that's why we should go to the temples. We should have our puja at home. We should have our scriptural studies. And so many things we all need to do, educate ourselves, our children. So again, nobody could trick, fool, deceive, confuse, corrupt, and convert us. Bole Shri Sita Ramachandra ki. So devotees, I could go on and on. But that is sufficient. And so I will sing this bhajan, then we go on to the Havan and whatever else there is in the program. So we all know this song. अरे पाप पाप सब भागा भक्ति जब साधा श्री राम के चरणों में मन जब लागा पाप सब भागा भक्ति जब साधा श्री राम के चरणों में मन जब लागा जब से रामायण समझे थे हम जय श्री राम प्रेम बढ़ाई में सजे हम जय हम अपने आपन को समझे सौभागा श्री राम के चरणों में मन जब लागा पाप सब वो पाप सब भागा भक्ति काम क्रोध मध लोभ को त्यागो राम लोभ को त्यागो ज्ञान ध्यान योग को साधो ज्ञान ध्यान जप योग को साधो इसको कहते हैं परम विभागा श्री राम के चरणों में मन जब अरे पाप आह पाप ओहो पाप सब भागा भक्ति जब साधा रामचरित्र कोई कोई जाने वाल्मीकि तुलसी पहचाने रामा जय श्री रामा गरुड़ से वर्णन किए बहु कागा श्री राम के चरणों में मन जब लागा राम कथा पावन गंगा है जय श्री रामा घाट मनोहर सत्संगा है भूल गए हम नदी तरागा श्री राम के चरणों में मन जब वो पाप सब भाग भक्ति जब साधा श्री राम के चरणों में मन जब लागा श्री राम के चरणों में मन जब लागा श्री राम के चरणों में मन जब लागा प्रेम से बोले श्री सीता रामचंद्र की devotees. We have with us a Pandit who is close to this family. I refer to Pandit Ishwar Madhu Maharaj. He has come with his Dharam Patni, Ambika. Is Charan here too? No? Okay. And also with Sadhu Khemraj Maharaji. So we shall ask Pandit Ishwar Umarat. Where is he? Where? Acha. Pandit Umarat is here with his family again. That's very nice. So we ask Pandit Ishwar to say a prayer, a word, whatever it might be.
बोले सियापति रामचंद्र की रघुवीर व्यास जी, पंडित बलराम प्रसाद, पंडित वरिश, पंडित विनायक, पंडित उमदत, devotees, Sitaram. We are all here having received invitation from this Hari Prasad family and our Didi Basmatia to once again join for a few nights of devotion. And indeed, we were, I have to put it this way, treated to a wonderful katha from Sri Ramcharitmanas by Panditji. And I'm sure if we could put into practice a little bit of what he would have taught us this evening or reminded us about, certainly our lives will become more meaningful. I just ask that we bow our heads, we focus upon Prabhu Sri Ram as we pray for ourselves, but importantly this evening I ask you to say a special prayer for this wonderful lady, the mother of this home, who year after year will find the strength, energy, the courage to get everyone together with the resources she has at her disposal and invite everyone to join in worship. So we pray in our minds, Jai Shri Sitaram. Om Ram Ram Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranam Tatulyam Ram Nama Varanane Ramaya Rama Bhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha Om Shri Sita Ramachandraya Namaha. Bol Siapati Ramachandra ki.
Blessings to you, Panditji. Keep up the good work. Now the Havan is being done. Let us see the opportunity to continue to bless our tongues, our lines, create positive vibrations as we focus on Sri Ram and we glorify Him in simple kirtanam. Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai Sita Ram, Ram Ram
Jai Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai Sita Ram.
Hey Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai Sita Ram.
Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai Sita Ram.
Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai Sita Ram. Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram,
Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai Sita Ram.
Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai Sita Ram.
Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai Sita Ram.
Bhai Har Mangal Dashrath Ram, Jai Jai Mangal Jai Sita Ram. Mangal Kar Jai Mangal Ram, Sangat Shubha Vibha Bodhay Ram. Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai Sita Ram. Bolo
Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai Sita Ram.
Anand Amrit Varshak Ram, Ashrit Vatsal Jai Jai Ram. Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram, Patit Pavan Sita Ram. Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai Sita Ram. Bolo Ram Ram Jai
Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai
हे राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीता राम। हे राम राम जय
राजा राम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीता राम।
हे राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीता राम। बोलो राम राम जय
राजा राम, राम राम जय सीता राम।
हे राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीता राम। बोलो राम राम जय
राजा राम, राम राम जय सीता राम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीता राम। राम राम जय
राजा राम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीता राम।
प्रेम से बोले श्री प्रभु रामचंद्र की जय। जय रघुपति राघव राजा राम, कष्ट निवारण जय सिया राम। जय जय रघुपति राघव राजा राम, कष्ट निवारण जय सिया राम। राम भजन से मन सुख पावे, तन का पाप सकल गुण गावे। राम भजन हो राम भजन से मन सुख पावे, तन का पाप सकल गुण गावे। बन जाए सब बिगड़े काम, जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम। बन जाए सब बिगड़े काम, जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम। जय जय रघुपति राघव कष्ट निवारण जय सिया राम, कष्ट निवारण जय सिया राम, कष्ट निवारण जय सिया राम। प्रेम से बोले श्री सीता रामचंद्र की। Finish? Huh? So devotees, I've been doing this recently and I will like to continue tonight also. We have Pandit Vinayak who have been doing the puja and much more consistently, and I would like to ask him to say a prayer, a word of advice or whatever it is to all of us before we move on. Pandit Vinayak.
Reverend Vyas, Reverend Vyas, my father, Pandit Balaram, Pandit Ishwar, Parish, Pandit Umarat, devotee Sitaram. Just on one point, Pandit Umarat spoke a little bit on it yesterday, and my father spoke on it. For years upon years, I've known this family and coming here from since, I can't even say how many, but since small, the importance of a guru. And our Didi there, as young as she is, and her birthday is coming up, she stuck to her guru, the only one that she knew, the Vyas. And she always, from whether she can make it, her sons are always there to help, to assist. I remember for my sister's wedding, that no matter what, mommy and from Ambika, Swastika, Chanika, everyone, whenever we call upon our Didi, she would always send Sham and her other sons, and everybody would always help. And whenever they come to Daddy after, they would say, Guruji is all for you. It's all just for your blessing. Daddy would say after, boy, what you want? Say, all you want is your blessing. That's the kind of love and faith and respect they have for my father. And I'm seeing it continuing on with their children. And I want to commend them for that. And it shows the kind of thinking they have, and it obviously stems from someone great and their mother. And it shows that not only in this family that, you know, your birthday is coming up, you could have said you've done a little puja, you could have just kept it to the family, but you extended it out to the community as well. And in times like this, a yagya like this to pull off is not easy. And commendations to you. And whatever years you have left, and also to your sons, grandchildren, and your entire family. May Bhagwan Shiva continue to bless, guide, help, and protect you, and keep you always happy and healthy. Bole Shruma Pati Mahadeva Ki Jai.
Well spoken, Vinayak. Very meaningful words in relation to the family. So devotees, what he said is in order. He echoes our sentiments, so there's no need to repeat. But we are truly pleased with you all, what you do, despite whatever it is. You're able to do what many with more money can do. Keep up your good work, take care of yourselves, and Basmatiya, Dhanyabad. Satya Ashirvad. Ramayana Arti, sab koi khara ho jaye. Please all stand for Ramayana. Nandi Mukhadindimam Manujamal Trisholam Mrigasya Charm Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Ravi Shashi Kunjayendu Brihaspati Bhrigajabhanuja Singhaj Ketava Uraganam Piyoga Charashaya Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Surasarira Vinandani Gomati Sarayutam Pisagar Ghar Ghara Kanakaram Pigandaki Narmada Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Bhrigumarichi Pulascha cha Angira Kapilavascha Agastya cha Narada Guru Vashishta Sanatana Jaimini Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Varuna Indra Kuvera Hutashana Yama Samirana Baridha Kunjara Suraganaya Surashcha Mahidhara Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Mangalam Asmad Gurunam Mangal me Astu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Om Sarvesham Swasti Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Pur Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschintu Bhag Bhavet O Mangalam Bhagwan Vishnu Mangalam Garudhvajam Mangalam Pundari Kaksha Mangalayatano Hari Om Avahanam Na Janami Visarjanam Pujang Chaiva Na Janami Chammatam Parmeshwara Om Ram Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranam Tatulyam Shri Ramanam Varanane Tvameva Matai Cha Pitai Tvameva Bandho Scha Sekha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.